As the race for Champions League hots up over in the domestic leagues, don't forget about the winners of the Europa League. There's a sneaky backdoor waiting for them, but who's going to go all the way? We'll talk about that next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video, this time looking forward to the old semi-finals, first leg of the old Europa League for 2018-2019 season, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep your bang up to date with all things Europa League related, Blackburn Rovers related, football related. We're going to all hear under one roof. And while I still have you, before we take a look at those predictions and all that kind of good stuff, big shout out to Ben Hayward and John Spurn, 2 Patreons for Blackburn Rovers Seas. If you are interested in joining the illustrious, elusive, exclusive VIP gang of the Blackburn Rovers Seas Patreon, there is a link to the Patreon, hotly released Patreon channel page in the description down below. There are ways or perks and privileges for 3 different tiers of Patreon. If you want to check them all out, make sure you hit the old link down there, give you a shortcut so you can check it all out and you can become part of the illustrious gang that is Blackburn Rovers Seas Patreon. First and foremost, let's take a look at those quarterfinal second legs to see how we got to the Europa League semi-finals. First and foremost, it was the Battle of the V's and the Battle of the Spanish La Liga giants, Valencia up against Villarreal. All these games took place on the 18th of April, and Valencia coming out on top, 2-0 winners over their Spanish counterparts, and that was enough to make it a 5-1 aggregate win for Valencia. And into the semi-finals they go. Who will they play? I don't know. I'll tell you in just a second. Valencia, I saw this one as a 2-0 win as well for Valencia, so I got that one bang on the nose. Meanwhile, next up, tight one, this one, very tight game. Eintracht Frankfurt up against Benfica. Ultimately, Frankfurt come into this with a lot of work to do to get themselves through, and they did just enough. 2-0 winners on the night to send the German outfit. Difficult team this. Eintracht Frankfurt 2-0 winners. That puts them through on away goals, 4-4 on aggregate. So just sidestep Benfica. I actually saw it as a 3-2 win for Eintracht Frankfurt. And if it would have been that result, Benfica would have gone through. But no, Frankfurt are there. They've done enough. And they're into the semi-finals as well. But who will they play? I'll tell you as well in just a second. Meanwhile, Napoli took on Arsenal. This one was a difficult call as well. Arsenal going into this with a 2-0 lead on aggregate. But they actually added to that with a 1-0 away win over Napoli to make it a bit of a surprise result on the night. But ultimately, I did see Arsenal going through with a 2-1 win in favour of Napoli. So that would have, if it would have stood the other way, it would have been 3-2 on aggregate and Arsenal would have gone through. But they've gone through anyway, 3-0 on aggregate to give themselves a shot at it. And they're also into the semi-finals now. And wrapping it up, oh my goodness, what a game this was. Chelsea up against Slavia Prague. Now, Chelsea came into this with just a 1-0 lead over the Czech Republic side, Slavia Prague. But, oh my goodness, 7-goal thriller in the end. 4-3 on the night. Chelsea made through with 5-3 on aggregate to set up a semi-final as well. So 2 English teams in there, an Italian team and a Spanish outfit. Sorry, there's no Italian team. There is the German outfit, Eintracht Frankfurt. So I actually saw this as a 3-1 win in favour of Chelsea. Ultimately, I got the right result. Just incorrect score. So not too shabby in there. Just one horrendous prediction. The rest pretty much bang on the nose. Next up, let's take a look at those semi-finals. And here we are. Arsenal up against Valencia and Eintracht Frankfurt up against Chelsea. Now, these games will be taking place on the 2nd of May. Both games on the same day. So let's take a look at Arsenal against Valencia. Now, over the years, they've played each other a few times. And actually, Valencia have actually got the better record against Arsenal. They come into this with the last, according to my records, they've only played each other 5 times. Valencia have won in 3 of them. Arsenal have won 1, and they've drawn 1 apiece. Now, the last time that these two sides played in England ended up all square. That was all the way back in 2002. It was a 0-0 draw. But Arsenal have yet to lose against Valencia in England. The last time that they won was all the way back to 2001, a 2-1 victory for Arsenal. But Valencia do have the most recent record, and that was a 2-0 win over in Spain into some Mickey Mouse competition. I don't know what it is. I think it's a friendly competition. But the last time that these two sides played in an actual real competition was a 2-1 win for Valencia. So it's difficult. It's difficult to call. And the form book suggests. So a quick look at the form book here. Arsenal's form is home form is pretty decent. If they're away form, that is a little bit ropey. They did most recently lose to Crystal Palace over at the Emirates, 3-2 loss. But before that, they had wins against Napoli, Newcastle, Rennes, Manchester United and Bournemouth. So pretty solid. As for Valencia's away form, they have most recently, in fact, they've only won 3 out of the past 6. They've had losses against Atletico Madrid, Rayo Vallecano and draws against Krasnodar. But they also beat Sevilla, Villarreal and Betis along the way. So difficult one to call this one, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for the Gunners. That's right. They'll give them the edge going into the semi-final second leg over in Spain. But Valencia will have that illustrious away goal, and that will give them a big old boost with their hopes. Now this one, next up, Eintracht Frankfurt up against Chelsea. Now these two sides have also met in a Mickey Mouse competition along the years, and that was a win for Frankfurt, and that was all the way back in 2010, a 2-1 win over in Germany. As for their recent home records and away records, Frankfurt's home record is okay. At the last 5, they've won 3. They lost against Augsburg quite recently, 14th of April, that one. As for Chelsea's away record, they've won 3 and lost 2 against Liverpool and Everton, but they also picked up wins against Kiev, Cardiff and Slavia Prague. But will Sarri get the better of Eintracht Frankfurt this coming Europa League date? Unfortunately, no. I think Eintracht Frankfurt will put down a bit of a benchmark. 3-1 winners over in Germany. They are scoring for fun, and they are in the old Champions League reckoning the legit way over in the Bundesliga. So I see them getting the edge over Chelsea and possibly putting one foot into the final. But that is just my predictions. We'll go again in the semi-final second legs to see if both Chelsea and Valencia can close the gap. That's pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a good old thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, and smash that subscribe. I'll keep you bang up to date with all things Europa League related, Blackburn Rovers related, whoa, football related. We're going to all here under one roof. And while I still have you, make sure you check out the old links in the old description, including Facebook, Twitter, and of course the hotly released Patreon page. Check that sucker out. There are ways you can support the channel besides your viewership. If you want to explore them suckers, please feel free, check it out. I welcome you, or welcome any new patrons to the VIP exclusive club. Yeah, I do appreciate any which way you can lend a helping hand, because we are trying to kick on further into the new season by pushing the boundaries, the limits of this channel to go one step further next season. Got a lot of plans and all that kind of good stuff. But anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let me hear your thoughts and predictions down in the comment section down below. What you think will happen in the old semi-finals of the Europa League, the sneaky back door to the Champions League that could benefit Arsenal and Chelsea, who are in the hot pursuit for 4th place over in England. This could give them a sneaky backdoor. Same field Valencia as well. So they got it all to do, folks. Anyway, I'm going to let you get out of here. Thumbs up, subscribe. We'll be back again soon. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.